If you keep up with the news, you've likely seen such footage recently or have heard about the multiple technical problems Boeing planes are facing. If you're even more in the know, you might have also heard about the two whistleblowers who mysteriously died just before they were set to testify in a lawsuit against Boeing. So what exactly happened to the Boeing company? Why did they register so many crashes and problems? And the most important question, is it even safe to fly with this company? Join me as we uncover the shocking truth about Boeing's downfall, a tale of deception, cost-cutting, and disastrous decision-making that has shaken the very foundations of the aviation industry. This is a story you won't soon forget. The story of Boeing is one of meteoric rise and stunning collapse, a cautionary tale of how corporate greed and short-term thinking can topple even the mightiest of industry titans. What was once the crown jewel of American aviation has now become a tarnished symbol of management failure and the devastating consequences of prioritizing profits over safety. In just a few short years, Boeing has gone from an innovative aerospace powerhouse to the subject of lawsuits, federal investigations, and public outrage. What dark secrets lurk beneath the surface of this seemingly pristine corporate success story? But before covering the present problems of Boeing, let's take a short walk down the Boeing's past, because as we know, the present problems did not happen overnight, but a sum of small decisions from the past. The origins of Boeing trace back to 1916, when William Boeing and George Westervelt founded a small company called Pacific Aero Products. Operating out of a converted boathouse in Seattle, these two visionary entrepreneurs began building small seaplanes and biplanes, riding the wave of innovation sweeping through the fledgling aviation industry. The company's big break came during World War I, when the US government awarded Boeing a contract to produce 50 training seaplanes. This influx of capital allowed the company to expand and refine its aircraft designs, setting the stage for its meteoric rise in the decades to come. In the 1920s, Boeing transitioned into the passenger transport business, developing the iconic Model 40 aircraft that enabled the burgeoning Pan Am airline to establish transcontinental and transoceanic routes. Boeing's innovative engineering, coupled with Pan Am's ambitious vision, transformed air travel from a luxury reserved for the elite into a mode of transportation accessible to the masses. The company's fortunes only continued to soar in the years leading up to World War II, as it secured lucrative defense contracts to produce legendary bombers like the B-17 Flying Fortress and the B-29 Super Fortress. That is how Boeing managed to cement its reputation as a premier aerospace manufacturer. In the post-war era, Boeing set its sights on the commercial aviation market, pioneering the development of the groundbreaking 707 jetliner. This long-range, four-engine jet ushered in a new era of air travel, capable of whisking passengers across oceans at previously unimaginable speeds. The 707's success paved the way for Boeing's crown jewel, the iconic 747 jumbo jet. Conceived in the late 1960s as a response to the growing demand for high-capacity, long-haul air travel, the 747 became an instant icon, dominating the skies and capturing the public's imagination. Under the leadership of visionary engineers and executives, Boeing continued to innovate, unveiling a steady stream of industry-leading aircraft like the 767, the 777, and the 787 Dreamliner. The company's prowess in both commercial and military aviation made it the undisputed titan of the aerospace industry, a symbol of American technological superiority. Boeing's meteoric rise was fueled by an unwavering commitment to quality, safety, and rigorous engineering processes. The company's reputation for producing the world's most reliable and advanced aircraft was unparalleled, and its products were in high demand from airlines and militaries around the globe. But beneath the sheen of Boeing's success, a sinister transformation was taking place. In the 1990s, the company made a fateful decision that would ultimately sow the seeds of its downfall. It acquired its longtime rival, McDonnell Douglas. This merger was not a marriage of equals, but rather a hostile takeover that would have profound consequences. McDonnell Douglas, known for its cost-cutting mentality and relentless pursuit of profits, quickly imposed its culture and values onto the new combined entity. Suddenly, Boeing's unwavering commitment to quality and safety was overshadowed by a relentless drive to maximize profits and cut costs at all costs. The company's focus shifted from engineering excellence to shareholder returns, with executives increasingly prioritizing short-term financial gains over the long-term integrity of their products. This cultural shift manifested itself in a series of disastrous decisions that would ultimately come back to haunt Boeing. The most notorious example was the introduction of the 737 MAX, a revamped version of the company's best-selling commercial jet. Now, coming back to the present, Boeing's situation got worse and worse. In their quest to compete with Airbus's more fuel-efficient narrow-body aircraft, Boeing's engineers were tasked with squeezing more performance out of the venerable 737 platform. However, the resulting design compromises proved to be a fatal flaw. The 737 MAX incorporated a new flight control system called MCAS, which was intended to automatically adjust the plane's pitch to prevent stalls. But due to a series of catastrophic software bugs and inadequate pilot training, MCAS became a ticking time bomb, repeatedly pushing the aircraft into dangerous nosedive situations. The consequences were devastating. In October 2018 and March 2019, two brand new 737 MAX jets operated by Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines crashed within minutes of takeoff, killing a total of 346 innocent people. Investigations later revealed that Boeing had knowingly concealed critical information about the MCAS system from airlines and regulators, prioritizing profits over passenger safety. The 737 MAX fiasco shattered Boeing's reputation and triggered a cascade of lawsuits, investigations, and public outrage. Airworthiness authorities around the world grounded the entire 737 MAX fleet, dealing a massive blow to Boeing's commercial operations. But that is not the only major incident that happened recently to a Boeing plane. In February 2021, a United Airlines Boeing 777 experienced a major engine failure shortly after takeoff from Denver International Airport. Also, in March 2022, a China Eastern Airlines Boeing 737-800 crashed in the Guangxi region of China, killing all 132 people on board. But the 737 MAX debacle was just the tip of the iceberg. As investigators dug deeper into Boeing's practices, a disturbing pattern of cost-cutting, corner-cutting, and disregard for safety protocols emerged. Whistleblowers from within the company came forward, exposing a corporate culture that had become utterly obsessed with maximizing profits and pleasing Wall Street. Former employees testified about management's relentless pressure to accelerate production timelines, override engineering safeguards, and silence dissenting voices. But what happened to the whistleblowers is as mysterious as it can get. The first one, John Burnett, dies by suicide. That's exactly how the expression is. He dies by suicide because in an interview a few months earlier, he said that he was going to file a lawsuit against Boeing and he had no intention of committing suicide. But he is found, and the police investigation says that he committed suicide. At the moment, the police investigations are still open. Coming back to what the two whistleblowers said, their revelations were truly shocking. Boeing had knowingly concealed critical information about the 737 MAX's design flaws, even as its own test pilots raised urgent concerns about the aircraft's safety. The company had also cut corners on quality control and maintenance procedures, leading to a litany of problems with other models like the 787 Dreamliner. As the true scale of Boeing's misdeeds came to light, the company's once mighty stock price began to plummet. Investors fled in droves, and the company's market capitalization was more than halved, from a high of $400 per share in 2019 to just $176 per share today. The financial fallout was devastating. Boeing reported a staggering $3.5 billion loss in 2020, a testament to the massive costs associated with the 737 EM MAX groundings, lawsuits, and ballooning safety-related expenses. Even more troubling, the company's once vaunted reputation for engineering excellence had been irreparably tarnished. Airlines around the world began turning to Airbus as their preferred supplier, eroding Boeing's dominance in the commercial aviation market. Today, Boeing finds itself at a crossroads. The company's new leadership has vowed to restore the brand's tarnished reputation, promising a renewed focus on safety, quality, and ethical business practices. But the damage may already be too deep to repair. Boeing's struggles have not only shaken the aviation industry to its core, but have also raised profound questions about the dangers of unbridled corporate greed. The company's downfall serves as a sobering reminder that cutting corners and prioritizing profits over people can have catastrophic consequences. As the world watches the unfolding saga of Boeing's demise, one can't help but wonder, will the company ever regain its former glory, or is this the beginning of the end for an American industrial icon? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The lessons of Boeing's fall must be heeded, lest we see similar corporate tragedies unfold in the future. So there you have it, the shocking story of how Boeing went from a top dog in aviation to a company in big trouble. It just goes to show that even the biggest companies can fall hard when they care more about making money than keeping people safe. Boeing's mistakes didn't just hurt their bottom line. They cost real lives and made people lose faith in a company they once trusted. It's a wake-up call for all of us about what can happen when businesses put profits before everything else. Now, what do you think? Do you believe they'll be able to turn the company around, or will they continue to fall? Personally, I believe the new management, which has understood that they need to return to quality, will do everything in their power to turn the company in the right direction. Even though last year's loss was $3.50 per share, Boeing has continued to pay dividends and will continue to do so to keep shareholders. Because, after all, Airbus has its problems with the A380 and Boeing has its problems. But Boeing has started making many helicopters and also drones for the American military. And as the winds of war blow everywhere, I think they will receive some life-saving contracts from the Biden government or from the Trump administration if Trump comes to power, because the company is very friendly with both Biden and Trump. That's how it is in the military. You need to be friends with the Pentagon and with both Democrats and Republicans if you want state armament contracts. I am willing to hear your opinion too, so share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, write in the comments if there are specific topics or companies you want me to make videos about. Your ideas help me make videos you're interested in. So, it's a win-win. If you liked the video and learned something, please click the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to see more videos about what's really going on with big companies and important groups. See you next time, and remember to stay informed.